Alright, let's look at the homework 1.6, problem number 5. Alright, so we have this piecewise defined function, and we'll see if we can find the intervals on which function is continuous. Alright, so if you look at the first formula, it's a quadratic function, so it's a polynomial function of degree 2, so it is continuous there. And 7x plus 2 is a linear function, so it's continuous there. So only place that could be discontinuous would be the gap, which is at x equals 0, right? So that's where it changes its formula. All right, so let's look at that. And so I'm going to look at the, say, left-hand limit. So x approaches 0 from the left of this function f of x. And then we're going to look at the right-hand limit to see if the both sides of the limit exist. Right? So left-hand limit, since you're approaching from the left, we're going to have to use the top formula because x is less than or equal to 0. So we have limit of x squared minus 1 as x approaches 0 from the left, right? So in this case, we just have to plug it in. So you have a 0 squared minus 1 is negative 1, right? If you're coming from the right, it's going to be, we have a limit as x approaches 0 from the right, and we're going to use the formula 7x plus 2. Right? So if you plug in 0, you actually get 2. Right? So since left-hand limit and the right-hand limit do not agree with each other, which means that the limit at x equals 0 does not exist. So does not exist. Right? Which means that it cannot be continuous there. Right? So the interval is going to be from negative infinity to 0. But we're going to have to skip that and then go all the way to positive infinity. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so interval would be negative, symbol would be infinity to 0. All right, and then maybe I can use the union, and then 0 to positive infinity. All right, so we have that. And of course, discontinuity is at 0, right? The function has discontinuity, so that are not satisfied. Okay, so let's see. So its discontinuity limit does not exist, right? So we have that, and let's see. No discontinuity. That's not right. Discontinuity is not defined. Actually, x equals 0 function is defined. It's actually using the top formula, so f of 0 would be negative 1. So it's going to be, so this is the reason. I wonder, let's see, I would actually check this one because limit does not exist. But let's see, I'm going to go ahead and check it. Let's see what happens, right? So actually, we can only check one. So I would say this is the main reason, right? So let's check the answer. Alright, I came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.